Hi grades 4, this is Miss David. So today we'll be learning about cubic centimeters and liters. You need to open your workbooks to exercise 51. You need to open your math textbooks to page 97. Okay? Now, how much water is in this? How many milliliters do you think? You've seen this in our classroom before. How much water is in this? How many milliliters? So there are 1,000 milliliters in this, which means it is 1 liter, right? It's 1 liter. Now I'm going to show you what does 1 milliliter looks like. Okay, I'm going to show you. It's a drop. Oh, I poured a bit more. Perfect. This is what 1 milliliter looks like. Okay? I'm going to show you again. So this is what 1 milliliter of water looks like. Okay, now let's see if 1 milliliter of water fills the same amount of space as 1 cubic centimeter or as 1 tiny cube. Let's see if this 1 milliliter of water fills this one of these cubes, like this cube. Let's see if it fills it. Okay, so I'm going to pour it and I'll show you. Yep. It, in fact, overflows. Do you see the water? But it fills it, right? So that means each of these cubes can hold 1 milliliter of water. Okay, did you see? I'm going to pour it back in here. So it holds 1 milliliter of water. And pour it back out and I'll show you something. Okay, now look, these are 100. These are 100 cubes right here. Okay, so if this is 100, and I just told you we have 1,000 milliliters in this, right? If 1 cube could hold 1 milliliter of water, and if there are 1,000 in here, there's 1,000 milliliters in here. So let me put it back down. And if this is 100, right? That means 100 milliliters could go in here. So 100, 200, 300 milliliters, 400 milliliters, 500 milliliters, 600 milliliters, 700 milliliters, 800 milliliters, 900, and 1,000. So that means all together, these sets of cubes, which are 1 centimeter, cubic centimeters, they're all 1 centimeter, they could hold, that's right, if you got it, that's right, they could hold this amount of water. Isn't that crazy? 1,000 milliliters can go into these tiny cubes. Isn't that crazy? Look at the size. Even though it seems like that, oh, this definitely holds more water, well, actually, they're both the same. Isn't that crazy? So the 1,000 cubes, so these 1,000 cubes, these are 1,000 because I just counted them. If one is 100, I have 10 of these, so they make 1,000. So 1,000 cubes from a base 10 set, so this set, they can hold 1,000 milliliters of water. Okay, isn't that crazy? So the volume of the cube is the same as 1 liter. 1 liter is 1,000 centimeter. Isn't that crazy? 1 liter of water is equal to this cube. They both have the same volume. Can you believe that? That's crazy, right? So that's what the lesson is about. That's what you're going to look at. Today, when you look at your lesson, you will look at, they're asking you basically, well, look at the cube. How much water can this cube hold? They'll show you. That's so crazy and it's interesting, right? Because I had never known that this much water can go into these tiny cubes, 10 of these, and that would fill up the entire cube. That would fill up this entire cube, right? So now let's look at this example, which I have on the board for you. Now let's look at, so I've drawn this picture for you, this box, and I have given you 20 centimeters here. I've given you 12 here in the height section, and I've given you 10 centimeter for the width, and I've given you 20 centimeter for length. So remember, how to find the volume is length. I'll push this down so you can see better. Times width times height. So I'm going to write down my numbers. So my length is 20 centimeters. My width is 10 centimeters. And my height is 12 centimeters. Right? And I need to multiply these, and I need to find out the volume of the water, right? I need to find out what's the volume of the water, or how much can this container hold, and what is the volume of the water. Okay, so let's find out. So I'm gonna multiply these three. Okay, so 20 times 10, 0 times 0 gives me 0, 0 times 2 gives me 0, 1 times 0 gives me 0, 1 times 2 gives me 2. So far I have 200, because I multiplied two numbers first, because altogether it might be difficult, right? So now I have 200, and I'm going to multiply it to my last number right here, 200 times 12. 2 times 0 gives me 0, 2 times 0 gives me 0, 2 times 2 gives me 4. Moving on to my second number, and move this down so you can see better. 1 times 0 gives me 0, 1 times 0 gives me 0, 1 times 2 gives me 2. Okay, so 0, then adding my numbers, 0, 4, and 2, right? So I multiplied all these three numbers, and I have, what do I have left? I have, remember, my thousands are my liters, so 2 liters and 400 milliliters. Okay, so that is how I multiplied. Okay, and I found the volume in liters and milliliters. Okay, does that make sense? So that is what you need to know for this lesson. Okay, and at the end of this video, you will be working on exercise 51. I was looking at page 97 of your textbook. And on that note, grades 4, I am going to wish you all the very best, and I will see you next time in a different lesson. Bye.